오늘은 저의 친구 에이주아노 형을 모시고 최근에 에이주아노 형이 그 싱글스 인퍼너 솔로지옥을 봤는데 그 쇼를 되게 좋아하셔가지고 그거에 대한 후기 리뷰를 한번 남기시라고 제가 질문할 건데 이분이 되게 다른 K 드라마도 많이 보셨던 것 같아요. 신미나 나왔던 차차차? You watch other Korean dramas too, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. 그래서 솔로적을 되게 좋아하셨는데 솔로적이 이제 종영을 하고 수많은 일들이 일어났죠. 그래서 이제 그거에 대해서 질문하면서 재밌는 시간 한번 가져보겠습니다. 구독, 좋아요, 알람 설정.
알람 설정.
Adriana, welcome to the show.
Hello. How do I know you're not going to talk about me?
I guess you don't even know.
I have no idea what you just said.
I said, welcome to the show. I said, Adriana watches a lot of Korean shows. He just finished watching Singles Inferno, and today we're going to talk about it. Since it ended, but then it recently became fired up again because
Gia's taking heat.
Yeah, Gia's taking heat. Actually, the first thing I wanted to ask was initially, remember when they were coming down the stairs?
Yep.
And everyone's like, yo, like, who is that? Who was your, like, first, like, dang, that's the one?
Oh, you already know this. What was her name? Seyun? Seyun?
That's a guy, bro.
No, bro. Sehun is the guy.
Soyeon?
Soyeon.
The boxing.
Yeah, the boxing gym owner.
You're just like,
that was the one for me.
do you have other friends that watch the show that are non-Korean?
No.
I'm wondering because a lot of my non-Korean friends have said Soyeon's the best. I think she looks like the most like.
But you disagree.
Korean American. I do disagree, but I think that's because like I'm probably more Korean than I think.
Okay, I talked to a girl she's Chinese, and I got her watching the show, and she also liked Suya.
Really?
Yep.
Usually girls, RIP, but all the girls liked Gia at first.
She didn't like Gia at first, and then warmed up to Gia.
Huh. I saw red flags on Gia the moment the show came out.
In what way though?
It almost seemed like the show was made for her, which is very
like they were giving her a lot of face
which
time.
is sus to me. Yeah. So a lot of Korean people have been talking about how she is so much more famous than everyone else, which seems sus. Like she's
Even
an
before
actual,
the show?
even before the show. She
Oh,
had
I didn't
half
know
a
that.
million subscribers, and everyone else is just like wannabe celebrities or like boxing gym owner.
Okay, so that's another thing that like you know how like you slowly figure out what they do.
Yes, yeah.
When they go to Paradise Island, they were all kind of like running like their own companies. Like, they were all kind of like big deals. I felt.
But like one thing I thought about is like they wouldn't be able to take a week off to do this unless they were doing something interesting like that. Like most of them were like models.
Yeah,
or, like,
fair.
Shintek was the suit tailor.
Yeah, he's
guy.
like the owner of that place. So was the other guy, the one that was interested in. Well, then later on became super interested in Gia, but she didn't want to be with him.
The like paler guy.
Yes.
He owns his own clothing brand. Yeah.
Then the boxing gym. Sehun was
he has his own restaurant. Yeah. Oh, they're all like.
So I was like, dude, like they're all pretty big deals. I feel.
On a dude level, who did you see and you're like, guy's good looking?
I really liked Jintek's vibe, but. Yeah, you know, I'm biased because of the beard. So if you have a strong beard game, that's it for me. But no, I mean him and first dude that came out.
The first dude.
The one that ended up with Gia.
Oh, Hyunjoo.
Yeah, I thought he was cool.
This guy.
Yep. He seemed like he had a good vibe.
I actually didn't get that great of a vibe from Hyunjoo.
Oh really?
The Gia guy. He seemed kind of maybe it was because he was getting desperate at times because he never got to go to heaven or whatever island with her ever again. But he seemed very like cunning at times.
I got that vibe from Sehun.
Really?
Yeah.
The one who ended up with Jiyeon at the end.
Yeah.
Isn't Sehun like he stuck with the same girl the entire time?
Yeah, but
he was the least snaky.
Well, okay, cunning and snaky. I guess I'm taking the different.
You gotta cover your mouth.
You're right. I can't. Okay, so for example, I just remember the scene where he was like interesting.
Oh yeah.
And I was just like, he was just like think a lot about it and like think about. Like, I feel like he was really thinking about what was happening, like the matchups around him. Maybe not in a snaky way, but just in general. Like I feel like he was very like I don't know, trying to process like how he wasn't matching with the girl that he wanted to match. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, I thought he was just persistent, which is like what a lot of the girls.
He was very persistent. I mean, he was very persistent, and I don't think that was like a bad thing. I mean, it worked out for him in the end.
It did,
which I didn't even see coming.
Really?
Dude,
you actually would say no?
No, I just didn't realize. I didn't think the third time that he said it, that he called her out.
He would. You thought he wouldn't be calling her out?
Yeah, I thought he would call somebody else out. Like I didn't think he was just gonna be like, yo, like at that point the show is almost over.
True.
And he just like used his first and thought his maybe his only paradise chance with the girl that had rejected him twice already.
Right.
And then when the girl that I liked, she was like telling him, yo, just like cut it out. You know what I'm saying? Like he just completely ignored that and did it anyway. So which I thought was badass.
That brings an interesting question. If you were on the show, I guess it really depends on who else is on the show, like what female counterparts on the show. But what strategy would you have taken? Because I feel like there was largely two schools of thought. Like Jintaek in the beginning was very like, oh, like I'm with Soyeon, but then I'm gonna try Jiyeon, and like he was very experimental, and he's like, I only have 8 days, so I'm gonna go as many as possible. Whereas Taehoon clearly took the I like her, I'm gonna go the entire time. If you had the chance to pick the Treasure Island or whatever multiple times, you would have chosen differently.
I mean, I think it depends on like how the person if I go with somebody, right, how that like relationship plays out. Because, for example, I think Jintaek didn't try to go to Paradise Island with Jiyeon. He didn't try. Like it just actually happened, and then he obviously like I feel like he was a little bit of a player there. Like he was, he was spending a little bit of game, like whatever. But I think I would just take the approach of like if I'm feeling somebody and like I go to Paradise Island with them and it goes well, I would have just tried to stick with that person. Unless like I, for example, get chosen to go on a date or something, right? And then like somebody like turns my head because like we just also vibe really well.
Sure.
Then I'll do it. But like I'm not just gonna go and be like, oh, I'm just gonna go play the field, right? Like I feel like that's a little bit that just backfires.
One of the things that people are trying to find or like figure out is like whether or not these people are actually dating, right? A lot of dating shows like they do it for the flair and then they don't. But before the season ended, actually, a lot of so in Korea we call them netizens, so citizens and the net. So people who live on the net are netizens.
Okay.
So the netizens figured out that Jintaek and Soyeon, right?
Yeah.
They both had their like YouTube channel, and they were both on this place called Jeju Island at the same time, wearing the same thing, so on and so forth. So basically, before the season ended, people figured out they're actually dating in real life, or supposedly.
Okay.
In my understanding, every other couple is not real in real life.
Oh.
Like they walked out, but then they like claimed, oh, we're just hanging out as friends, or like it just didn't occur.
Right.
How do you feel about that?
I mean, there was a couple couples at the end that like a few couples that you knew weren't going to be
right. They
like,
did it just to like walk off.
Yeah, I mean, they just like walked off together.
Yeah.
I forget the name, but
Chunjik or something. Yeah.
I
always forget his name actually. Sorry.
It's the one.
Chunjik. It is Chunjik.
Yeah. So they walked off and like you knew they weren't gonna be a thing.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm still questionable on Sehun and.
Really?
Like, are they still together?
Actually, I'm not, I haven't even looked into it. I hope so. Everyone hopes so.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I guess that was that like the last like romance that just nobody saw coming and then it happened. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I think it's fine. Like you'd hope that like all the couples are together.
But you also think opportunity. Like a lot of these shows, I think, are like launch pads for like C-class celebrities to become A-class celebrities. Yeah. That's what happens in reality TV.
Yeah, sure.
It breaks my heart.
I know, because I love love.
I love love, exactly.
So.
The unavoidable, the whole Jia thing has gone down. 구독,
좋아요,
알람 설정.